And here we go. Spawning down on the bottom right for Dragon Kites of Gaming. It is Dark. In the red. And his opponent spawning up at the top left for the Shopify Rebellion. She is Scarlett. In the blue. Outstanding player. Both of them outstanding players. Dark, of course, a world champion. And one of the most dangerous players of all time. Kind of feels like a John Wick type player. He'll kill you with a pencil. Kill you with anything. And he is inventive. He's a bit of an inventor when it comes to figuring out different ways to end his opponents. So recently he's been tinkering around a little bit with fast extractor builds. Fast extractor, fast pool builds, and therefore, you know, a 10 to 15 second faster link speed, which can be very effective. In certainly the right hands, and his hands are absolutely the right hands. But not going to do that this game. For now, both players opening up hatch gas pool. We really don't see 12 pools very often anymore. It's just not that common anymore. Drones are a little bit too responsive these days. We will see it in big tournaments, but it oftentimes doesn't pay dividends. For now, both players skipping Lings entirely. We got Dark even delaying the Overlord a little bit, going for the modified Clash opening, whereas Scarlett gets her Overlord a little bit earlier, so she's going to be able to spend her Larva basically as it pops. Just a small difference between the two. Dark has to wait for this Overlord to build a couple more drones, and there we go. Pops out. But other than that, no significant difference, and now they both start a set of Lings at the same time. I think I like Scarlett's build a little bit better. The only reason you want to go for the later Overlord is so that you can get the hatch down against a Reaper expand, where they try and block your hatch a little bit. But yeah, not gonna be anything of the sort. Look at this Scarlett hiding her Baneling nest here. Dark putting his in the wall with the more traditional setup. I think I actually prefer it in the wall on this map just because it's such a huge map. Such a huge map. Dark building a couple of extra Overlords here. Going to be going up to 60 on the supply cap, and then he'll have that hatch finishing as well, so it'll be 66. Looks like they're both building just relative safety number of Zerglings. Both of them building 2 Banelings as well. Dark, though, as I say that, he is flooding out a few more Lings than that. He is, of course, a very dangerous player, tough to go up against. Ooh, and he's going to sneak some Banes on the bottom side as well. Meanwhile, Scarlett, she is not droning up just yet. She is getting a Roach Warren, though, and a couple more gases. No layer. And she's recognized what this is. She sees the Lings flooding across the map. Dark, he's going to try and sneak in to the natural with, I think, those Banes on the left side. Yeah. They've got intentions on the mineral line down there. Scarlett, she does have her Banes coming on forward. Dark able to trigger one of them. Ooh, Scarlett, nice target fire with the Queens. Oh, but she's got to keep them safe. Banelings into the natural. One of them will go off. Gets a big hit, but it's not enough because, of course, you need 2 to kill. Dark, can he slip some Lings into the natural? He's going to send 2 there. And, I mean, even if you can nip a couple of those drones, could be very good. Scarlett does have a Roach Warren done. Dark just now starting his. Hang on, did I miss? Oh, they're hidden Banelings. Morphing in the smoke. Scarlett. Overlord on the left side does see them. Well, 2 Overlords. Nice defense so far from Scarlett. She's decently ahead right now, I would... Well, actually, hang on. There's no layer. Yeah, I would say she's decently ahead. Even though the worker count is quite close, Having the tech advantage of the layer is very nice. But of course, Dark did start up his +1 missile a lot earlier. And if this game goes long or longer, that could be a pretty big difference. Scarlett needs to split these veins. She will manage to do so. Dark is kind of on the hunt. Scarlett fumbling the control a little bit. She loses, I think that was 6 veins for 3. Not what you want in the slightest. She even loses a drone to boot. But Scarlett, oh, this is a great way to take advantage of your faster layer. Oh, that's 9 drones that slipped in. I missed them. Scarlett missed them. Dark did not miss. And now he finds himself up 15 workers. Oh, man, all it takes is a little bit of a slip up. And it's huge. Now it's a big lead for Dark. He's up 7 drones. His layer is going to be completing momentarily. He's got that +1 missile. And he's getting Overlord speed. Is he going to use this for scouting, or is he going to try and... Well, actually, I don't know. What is he going to use this for? Scarlett needs to spread her Overlords a little bit. They're kind of moving in clusters. Dark, though, the thing is, by being so aggressive, Scarlett is droned up very nicely. By the way, she's up to 71 drones right now, which is actually a little bit high for a ZvZ. You usually don't want to go above 66. At least not until... Well, it's very rare that you want to go above that unless you're playing like Mutiling Bane and you're looking to trade like mad. Scarlett. Oh, she's got to kill off the Changeling. Oh, it's in a really innocuous position. I can see it because the health bar is shown because there's the wireframe, but Scarlett might not know it's there. That's a really cheeky spot, taking advantage of the shape of the layer. Very cute from Dark. I wonder if that was on purpose. He does have a Hydrodan on the way, though. And he is at that 66 drone count. Scarlett going to try and scuttle her way forward. She is going to be going for +1 melee. Okay, +1 melee, Bane speed. Yeah, and more drones. All right. +1 flyer attacks as well. Dark, though, he is not the kind of player that it feels like it does not feel easy to try and break him. And here, this Overlord speed really coming in handy. He has not lost an Overlord to this yet. And Lurker Den is on the way here for Dark already. He's got a ton of roaches. Scarlett finally finds an Overlord. She's going to be able to get a roach with these mutas as well, but this is still looking pretty darn good for Dark, I got to say. Oh, this is going to be an amazing scout for Dark. If he sees the Baneling Nest wiggling... Well, actually, he won't, because it's going to finish beforehand. But even if he sees just more mutas popping out, which I think he just did. Yeah, there we go. We got, more perfect scout from Dark. More spores coming up. When you see the mutas pop... Well, I mean, he sees the muta count anyways. But when you see the mutas popping out, and you know... Yeah, spores, they are your best friend. And Scarlett, yes, she's up in workers. That does not mean she has a lead. Not in a game like this. Infestation Pit pretty quick for Dark as well. And he's going to be able to go into this hive. Oh, look at that. He was waiting. He was ready. Meanwhile, Burrow Move Tunneling Claws coming in for Scarlett. Or for Dark, I should say. What am I saying? There's just no opening. Dark is buttoned down tight, but Scarlett's going to try and go with at least some Banelings. Maybe to blow up the spores. Problem is, first Lurker's on the way. Dark is a little bit supply blocked here. He's got 5 Overlords on the way. Doesn't actually need all of them. Well, as I say that, loses 1 more, so not a terrible thing to have extra Overlords. Hive on the way for both players. Of course, Dark's is a little bit faster. Scarlett getting into that +2 melee. Ooh, looks like Bane's tried to get in on top of this mineral line, but Dark with a decent little split prevents it. He's up to 13 spores now, and he's got spores pretty much at every angle of his base, which why not? Scarlett, oh, she dives the spore, and he does not lose the muta. That is very nice for Scarlett. Mostly just not losing the muta at all. Knife Transfuse right there from Dark saves it. Just on the verge of death. Ooh, there's those Tunneling Claws roaches. Does Scarlett see them? Yeah, you've got to see them. The blurs are everywhere. Okay, yeah, she's on top of it. There is the Overseer. She's got her own Overlord speed. Oh, she does get that roach before it splits off, but there's roaches in every base. Dark is everywhere right now. As I say that, he actually hasn't unburrowed at some of the bases. Oh, Scarlett splitting off her mutas. The thing is, Mutaling Bane, in this case, Mass Muta, really does have a timer. And the Vipers coming out is that timer closing very quickly here for Scarlett. So just Dark being able to keep her at home is a massive dub for the Korean Zerg. Meanwhile, Roach is going to unburrow at the 5th base of Scarlett. Scarlett, oh, lane drop into the main base, but Dark is there. He saw it already, and these Lings are going to get next to nothing done. 2 drones, not even remotely close to worth. Scarlett will finally clean up all the roaches. But this is... I mean, Gresvon is such a good map to turtle on. Look at that. Dead even resources lost. That's kind of cool. 54-25 to 54-25. Still, Scarlett is in a lot of trouble in this game. Muta once again able to Mutas get the kill before the Spore can actually get anything done here. And this might actually be an opening here for Scarlett. She snipes down 2 lurkers, 3 lurkers even. And how many mutas did she lose? She's only lost 1 in the game so far. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Scarlett going to try and drop into the main base once again. This time, roaches and lings pairing together. But there is a lurker here. And it's a +2 lurker. Scarlett, ooh, she will actually find these roaches. Ling's going to get on top of them, and they're going to be dead roaches. Yeah, they're not going to slip away. Scarlett keeping up with Dark very effectively. These Hydras, they really don't want to be fighting. Groove Spines and Seismic Spines going to finish up at in tandem here. Scarlett will try and get in on top of these Hydras, and she'll find a couple of them, as well as she's going after drones. Thing is, I really don't feel like drones are the worthwhile targets here, but I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. Oh, the parasitic bombs coming on in. Oh my god, there's so many. Where are the splits? She's trying. How many mutas does she lose? Not as bad as I was expecting. And actually, a ton of drones are falling here for Dark. He does not have a bank. Scarlett's kind of doing it a little bit. She's getting ultras now as well. Vipers. Chitinous plating. Well, she has not broken him. Not by any stretch. Not yet. But she is doing some really good work. Still, Dark, even just being on 4 bases is pretty good. So the fact that he hasn't secured this 5th yet is not the end of the world for him at all. Oh. Vipers with their parasitic bombs once again. Scarlett getting into lurkers of her own. She has been out-mining Dark by a huge margin. And that means that if she... Well, actually, she is going to start to transition into these lurker upgrades. She can go into lurkers of her own and be ahead. Oh, Baneling drop coming in from Scarlett. Very cool. These are +2 melee Banes, so they will one-shot drones. This is... Oh, this is interesting. The Ravagers here are a funny little setup. The Muta's coming in, trying to snipe that one lurker. They will grab it. Oh, the Vipers! She's going to dive for them. She will grab at least a few of them. Actually, she's going to get all of them. But is she going to lose too many mutas? Oh, they're so low on HP, but they will... Some of them will get away. She was, I think, trying to transition out of here. Anyways, huge Bane Ultra attack coming on in. But there are lurkers well set up. Vipers, one of them going down for Scarlett. There are more Vipers here for Dark. Dark, does he have enough to hold? Scarlett is really pushing the issue, but there's no detection for Scarlett, and it can't get close because of the spores. That is what makes this style so difficult to break, is getting mobile detection in on top of spore crawlers is so difficult. Scarlett, now she's lost a lot of mutas, but Dark has fully spent his bank. However, he's still on 5 bases. He did not lose this hatch. If Scarlett had targeted this down with the ultras, this does get a little awkward for Dark, but he is still able to mine a lot right now. And in fact, he's out-mining Scarlett in terms of gas. Well, actually, they're dead even. Yeah, they're pretty much dead even. Scarlett still is in a position where she must get work done. Oh, this isn't a full wall. It looks like it is. Dark, by the way, was desperate to rebuild. He built a bunch of roaches, and he actually slipped 2 of them down to the bottom side. The mutas were acting as a really nice mobile defense force. Oh, that's going to be a dead hatchery, I think. Yep, it is. Scarlett will not be able to save it. Oh, meanwhile, Vipers going after Overseers, and I guess the Vipers of Scarlett. Bane's going to try and run on forward as well as the Ultras. This will be a dead hatchery, almost coincidentally, as well as quite a few drones. Scarlett does manage to land some blinding clouds. Great split. The pre-split on the Lurkers is very solid from Dark. And once again, she doesn't have detection. Even though 15 drones go down, look at that, 20 Hydras being rebuilt. Dark might just decide to go for one big max out and shove. Scarlett, she does have adaptive talents. Almost done. Seismic Spines is done. And her Lurkers are getting close to 2-2, which means her Lurkers are going to be competitive with her opponent's Lurkers pretty soon. But Dark is already on 3-2, soon to be on 3-3. Scarlett adding on more Vipers here. Dark. Oh. I mean, you can go Ultras, like I said, but it's... You do need to eventually transition into your own Lurkers. The only thing that beats Lurkers is Vipers and Viper Lurker. Is Scarlett going to... I don't even know if I would bother wasting Transfuse on these Ultras. She should go straight into her 3-3. I mean, you got the energy, why not? But it's almost better to put it into the hatchery for Viper Abduct or Viper Consume. Dark has secured now a 6th base. Scarlett, she hasn't really done anything with these mutas in a while. The problem is it's really tough to find any value. Same with the Ultras. And there we go. There's the 3-3 starting up for Scarlett. We could still be looking at a very long game right now. Scarlett, yeah, she's just going to let these die, I think. Killing as much as she can. She snipes the gas and kind of moves away. She will find 2 more Hydras in the main base. Honestly, this is probably like the best value she can get for this. So I applaud the effort. And there we go. 12 Lurkers of her own. Oh my god, this one's on hold position. And the Ultras are stuck. That is incredible. There we go. The Lurker lets the Ultras out. 29 Lurkers for Dark. So Dark is the most incredible Zerg player in the world because he is willing to go so hyper aggro. By the way, 10 Overseers, 13 Overlords on the way for Dark. That's like his bank. Oh, Spore Crawler going to kill off that Overseer. Yeah, Dark is like the most ultra aggro player in the world, and he can switch gears in the same game and go hyper turtle. Better, almost better than anyone. Oh, Abduct coming in on one of the Lurkers there. Scarlett, ooh, she is going to have a lot of her Vipers and Overseers being abducted right here. Oh, Parasitic Bomb on the Vipers of Dark as well as the Overseers. Is there enough damage here to get any kills? Oh, that is actually a lot of Vipers that went down for Dark. That was pretty decent for Scarlett, I'm not going to lie. I thought that was going to be a lot worse for her since she was attacking into a defensive setup, but it wasn't so bad at the end of the day. And Scarlett's about to finish up her 3-3. Now, you might be wondering, is there any way to get to a better composition than this? The answer, not really. Not really at all, if we're being perfectly honest. Lurker Hydra Viper is kind of the king composition in this matchup. It really just outtrades everything. The only thing that makes it better is by adding spores defensively. Oh, nice abduct right there on one of Scarlett's Overseers. You might be saying, hey, that's not worth it for an abduct. It absolutely is. It's 150 minerals, 50 gas. Overseers ain't cheap. They are inefficient in terms of what they do and what they cost you. But they have the most underrated ability in the game, and that is Changeling. The Changeling is probably one of the most useful, underutilized tools by all Zerg players, pretty much. Scarlett, oh, she's going to get a lot of Vipers abducted in. She will get one of Dark's Vipers, but it's not really enough. Meanwhile, though, She is going to get an Iron Swarm in the main base. However, it's Ultras. And they're not the best. They are not the best. It's cute that she gets them up here, but imagine Lurkers on the ramp. She could have killed the Hive. She will get the Ultralisk, or the Lurker Den. Or sorry, not the Hydra Den. And now she's going for the Lurker Den. But it's going to survive. Oh, Abduct's coming in from Dark. How many Lurkers can he get? He abducts in 4, kills 3. And once again, that's just energy. Scarlett is being out-traded here, even though she's got a gigantic bank. Oh, this is really nice. The fact that she can hit the mineral line is huge. And actually, she's hitting one of the Lurkers from the side, too. Yeah, this is the position Scarlett really wants. But Dark can abduct these Lurkers from this position. Scarlett needs to be looking for when these Vipers move forward. Scarlett just built 12 Vipers, by the way. She's on 15 Vipers right now. Oh, Lurker harass coming in from Dark. Oh, and Dark takes advantage of the same position that Scarlett was utilizing earlier. Muta's in the main base. Oh, well, they're finally going to go down. This is honestly better for Scarlett. 14 drones actually have fallen during this. Dark now 10,000 resources ahead. Funnily enough, they're both adding on the melee upgrade because they know that speedlings on a Remax or just to harass can be very good. Now, they'll be more effective for Dark than for Scarlett because Dark has a ton of defenses and he's taking the defensive posture. Oh my god, these Lurkers are being so obnoxious. Dark has got 15 kills on this Lurker. Finally, Overseer comes over here. She needs spores at every base, for sure. Spores and spines. Dark now securing a 7th base. And we got lots of spores coming on forward here. Ooh, that's a lot of Lurkers moving forward into the Hydras. Hydras do get shredded by Lurkers, but Scarlett will manage to take them out before losing too much. She does get abducted in. Still, she's able to deny the 7th base of Dark. But Scarlett is really in some trouble right now. Ooh, double abduct, grabs a couple Lurkers. Oh, but Scarlett on a bad rally loses one of her own. The other one does get pulled back in time. Oh, abduct on Hydras, but abduct... Oh my god, mass abducts coming in on both sides. I think Dark comes out, at least initially a little bit better for that. But Scarlett manages to snipe down 2 more Vipers on the tail end. 11 to 17. Scarlett is ahead in the Vipers lost, but of course the Mutas are very expensive. How many Vipers do we have now? 12 to 5. So yeah, definitely Scarlett came out. I think she killed maybe 4 for 3. Ooh, nice abducts right there. But here come the Lings. That's what I was talking about. +2 melee about to complete. Scarlett getting suddenly flooded a little bit, and she's going to lose a lot of economy. She's going to lose a lot of Hydras, too. So even though this isn't going to do crippling damage, it's going to be cost-efficient trades. Scarlett, will she start adding on more static defenses to her bases? She's got 10,000 minerals. At this point, and I mean, the gas bank is all that matters, really. At this point, that's got to be her goal. Dark, he's got to find a way to get a 7th base. Ooh, does manage to get a big abduct right there. A couple of big abducts on the Lurkers. Viper's getting parasitic bombed on both sides. Dark does lose 1 Viper, but so too does Scarlett. No, she actually lost a couple Vipers there, it looks like. Scarlett only getting 1 spine crawler per base. Adrenal Glands has finished. They both have, they both have 3-3 on the Lurkers and the Hydras. Dark is yet to add on his +3 melee. But he does need another base so desperately at this point. How many bases still have gas for him? I think just, basically, really just 2. Oh my god. The main base has 350 gas here. This one at the 3rd still, he didn't fully saturate it at the beginning, so it only has 2 out of 3 on it, so it's still got about 200 gas. But yeah, he's going to start running out of gas very soon. Scarlett, she has 1 extra base over her opponent. Wait, is that right? Does she have, wait, no, does she have 2? Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7 to 6. Wait, am I? No, I've got to be miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, she does have 8. Oh, I was... Yeah, it's because I was looking at this base, but like not seeing any minerals on the map. Not seeing any of the white spots. Yeah, she's 8 bases to 6. So Dark desperately needs this base. Oh, Parasitic Bomb on those Overseers would be juicy. But she's going to go for massive ducks anyways instead. And that's not a bad usage either. I mean, she's got the energy for it. Does manage to kill off a few more units here. The Hydras do have lots of burst DPS. And Dark, I mean, he is really being pushed to the limit here. It may not seem like it, but the gas bank is so low for him right now. Ooh, more Overseers going down. And while it's a 10k resources lost lead for Dark, Scarlett has 2 extra bases on him for the moment. Oh, Scarlett, another couple big abducts. That's 100 more gas. 300 more minerals. Oh, but here comes a big push from Dark. He says enough is enough. He's going for it. That is 20 lurkers and a ton of vipers. Scarlett, she is going to be able to get a bunch of these units out of her Nidus Worm, though. Oh, she's got a big potential flank. I think you might just blinding cloud this and go. The problem is there's so much viper energy. Ooh, nice abduct, Scarlett. If she can remove all of the Overseers and she gets it on top of her opponent's army. Oh, hang on. As I say that, Dark has actually done that to Scarlett on the left side. There's no detection for Scarlett on top of this. She needs to get some Overseers in on top of her opponent's army. Dark is being very decisive right now. Scarlett's hesitating a lot to try and set up the perfect engagement, but she's getting absolutely bled out right now. Dark, after playing defensively for so long. Oh, and look at that. The Nidus Worm goes out. Scarlett is going to GG out with 11,000 resources in the bank and 2,100 gas. Dark, what a game number 1. All right, we're back here for game number 2. Spawning down in the bottom left for Dragon Kites Gaming. It is Dark. In the red. And his opponent. Spawning up at the top right for the Shopify Rebellion. She is Scarlett. In the blue. Man, that was actually such a neat game. Scarlett was actually starting to looking like she was starting to break through when Dark was still trying to take a 5th base. But he bent but never broke. And then was able to just suddenly and without warning absolutely shot like a rocket right through Scarlett. Right into her natural and pretty much just took the game from there. Now, the 11,000 resource bank is kind of a bit of a lie because the mineral bank is almost irrelevant in a situation like that unless you somehow force a base trade. But Dark was so well defensively set up. Just so difficult to deal with. And Scarlett, I mean, she's trying to get Hydras out. You need lurkers. You need lurkers to fight your opponent's lurkers. Or you need the biggest concave, like 9 blinding clouds. It's got to be a ridiculous engagement. And Dark, he was just so focused on getting into her natural that he really just didn't give her the opportunity to set up the engagement that she needed. Lots of spoiling attacks from Dark. Just kept moving forward right into her. And Scarlett, yeah, wasn't able to deal with it. Totally understandable that it went the way that it did. I am indeed using Canva for thumbnails. I think it's great. I honestly think it's great. We are seeing both players building more lings than they did in the previous game. Dark, ooh. Does he have quicker ling speed this game? Yes, he does. Okay, I was talking about this in game number 1. He is going for it in game 2 here. He's actually stopped gas mining at 40 gas and has stopped building workers as well a little bit earlier than Scarlett. He is going for it. Oh, no. She's building a bunch of drones right now. She does have the mainly nest, but it's not done yet. This is going to be a very challenging defense. Now, Dark is going to reveal his lane speed that it's earlier than it's supposed to be. And Scarlett, she sees that she immediately pulls her lings back. Oh, she needs to get that wall up. No, she doesn't start the Banes, and she's not able to get the wall either. Dark, very nice job with his 2 speedlings right there. Blocks the wall entirely. Scarlett not morphing Banes just yet. Oh, man. She's fighting with the drones. That's not it. Scarlett is going to lose. Well, she's actually, no, that's it. She's going to lose. GG gets called, and Dark takes game number 2 and the series. Well done by Dark.